that of a group called Unganisha. I said musician? No. It's double or nothing. So I'm going to be having Burnt all the way from Mombasa, and in studio, Labdi is here with us. Good morning, lady and gentlemen. I'm very fine. I'm going to start with the lady. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You're totally fine. You're dressed well. You look amazing.
Always.
Kama kawaida. And I like the visuals in the video.
Thank you.
Just talk to us. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everyone. My name is Labdi Omes. I'm a singer-songwriter and performer, and I play Urutu. I'm from Nairobi.
Burnt, if you can hear me all the way from Mombasa, how are you? And kindly talk to us. You can speak some, is it Norwegian?
I don't know how well that will go by, but yeah, I'm here in Mombasa right now, but I'm originally from Norway. Electronic musician, producer, artist, yeah, all over the place.
Apo sawa. Let's talk a little bit about Unganisha and what it's all about. For the Kenyans, it's easier to actually mtashikanisha because it's easier. Unganisha is mostly Swahili. But just to explain it for us, would you like to explain it, Labdi, or would you like us to throw Burnt under the bus?
I think we should throw him under the bus.
Okay, let's see what happens. Burnt, talk to us about the name Unganisha and what it means.
Well, it means to join or fuse, and actually, I think it was me coming up with the name, to be honest. So it was the whole idea was to join or fuse our sort of like the parts of our individual artistic expression into something new, and instead of this. Often when people from different musical culture comes together, it becomes this kind of like somewhere in between mix. So we really just wanted to create something new and not anything specific, just whatever was natural for the fusion of the two of us. So that's the whole idea.
Okay, so that's really brilliant because now you have a group, that's Unganisha. It's a perfect fusion. But before you fuse anything, there is the meeting point. And Labdi, I'd like to know, how did you all meet? Did you study in Norway? Did he come to Kenya? What happened, man? How did you come into formation?
Well, I wish I studied in Norway. But what actually happened was that Burnt had been doing a tour of from Zimbabwe with some other artists, and he wanted to get a glimpse of what it is like to be in the Kenyan market and to see what artists are like. So we have a mutual friend, fortunately, who joined us, who asked us to meet, and we went to the Alchemist where we had a coffee, and it just became magic from then. We started sending each other samples and voice recordings and stuff like that over WhatsApp, and then here we are now.
Do you want to mention the friend? Because I feel like he or she deserves credit.
Yes, no, she does. She definitely does. She currently is, I don't know where she is. She's quite like a nomad, but her name is Achieng, and thank you so much, Achieng.
I know Achieng. Achieng with a 13 in between?
Not that one. Not the singer.
One.
The singer is amazing, but another Achieng. She's an artist. She's a curator. Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's really amazing. But just talk to us about how you got a chance to meet this amazing Kenyan queen, and just tell me she blew your mind with her music, and how did you decide to actually fuse the sound? Because to you, maybe the Urutu is quite a foreign sound to you, but to us, it's mostly cultural in the Luo culture. Just talk to us about what you found interesting about working with Labdi and how you decided now, this is it, I'm going to create music with her.
Yeah, so I mean, as Labdi said, it wasn't really a plan when we met. I just wanted to have an insight sort of into the Kenyan music scene, and especially the traditional music. But then we started sending these voice notes, and it really just grew organically from there. But I mean, like, even now, it's like, even though we can send ideas back and forth, the magic really happens when we're in the studio together. And that's, I think, the first time we started going to the studio and finalizing songs, when I really saw the magic of Labdi and how like she always manages to surprise me. I can have an idea of what she's going to come with, but it's like it always blows my mind. And I think that proves that we are the output of what we do together is really the sum is larger than its parts.
Let's talk a little bit about the album you're dropping. Is it an EP or album? My source did not make it clear, but she told me there's a project coming out by the end of January, and I think, Labdi, you need to tell us, what are you working on right now?
We've been working on it for quite some time, and then also, especially because of Corona, we didn't have enough time to sit together and, create new music. But the beautiful thing about having a collaboration that's cross-country is that whenever you meet, you have to keep creating. So what we have for you now is an amazing EP. It's called Kucheza, and you have to kind of do this when you do it. When you say Kucheza,
okay,
with an exclamation mark, because we're insisting.
Okay.
And it's really a reflection of our fun music. And we had an amazing show at the Alchemist, and people really danced. And it really just speaks to our fun, bright colors, having a good time, always kind of music. So we really look forward to sharing that with everybody.
Mm-hmm. You want to give us a scoop? How many songs in the EP?
I don't know whether it's a secret, but I'll tell you. It's 5 songs. 5 songs on the EP. 2 of them we have already released, and 1 of them is a collaboration with Kasiva Mutua, and it's called Wangni Hotel. So it's one of my favorite songs, so yeah.
It's actually one of my favorites, and thank you for featuring such an amazing musician, because Kasiva is such a drummer, and she does amazing work on the percussion and drums in general. Bernd, just talk to us a little bit about how you found distribution of music in Kenya compared to maybe Norway, and also electronic music is not something that is pretty much enjoyed by everyone in Kenya. It's still an elite kind of, it's still a niche kind of sound. So how was your sound received, and what do you think about distribution in general when it comes to music in Kenya compared to the rest of the world?
Well, I mean, nowadays, since everything is digital, you just distribute to the whole world every time you distribute somewhere. Mm-hmm. But obviously, it's received in different markets. And last year was the first time we really honed in on the Kenyan market. We've been mostly doing things in Norway before, but we obviously felt that it's we need to solidify this project also in Kenya, which is because it's 50% Kenyan. And it is both I would say it's surprisingly similar in a way that both in Norway and Kenya, we have a sound that is a bit foreign, or a bit people don't know exactly which box to put it in. And sometimes that freaks them out, I think. But the thing is, once they get past that first freaked outness, and they listen to the music, and especially on our live shows, and they really listen with an open mind and open ears, people are really enjoying it. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Labi, what do you think about distribution of music in Kenya? Because we've had moments in time where maybe piracy has not been well controlled, and we don't have a hold or a grab of some of the copies. As soon as your song goes out, it's shared on Bluetooth and WhatsApp and all other platforms. So it's hard for the artist to actually gain the coin from each and every time it's played or even just downloaded. What do you think about this?
I think it's one of those things in law we call lakchogo, where it's the tooth is also a bone. Mm-hmm. At this moment in time, it's a good thing for artists to get exposure through people listening to your music. If people don't listen to your music, then sometimes it becomes difficult to make money off of it. But then also for the longest time, we had artists making money off of streams. Mm-hmm. But now it's not the case. We have Spotify and Apple Music and all these things that are almost free, especially Spotify. So the best way for a lot of us artists to get known and to get our music out there and to open ourselves to new opportunities is for the numbers, Yeah. So the more people stream our music, the better it is for us. So I think the fact that we've moved into this kind of realm is a good thing, but also a bad thing, because we're not able to make a lot of money from streams. But then again, also, you're able to find other opportunities. So it's just one of those things where, if you make it, you make it, yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's been the pandemic, but I don't know. The pandemic is still here with us, and it affects mostly the live performances, and that's how maybe artists get more money by touring. Are you planning to tour with your EP? Because I don't know. I just feel like people should watch you live because of the sound. I wish you came with your Rutu today, but people just want to watch you live. They want to experience you. Is it any different when it comes to the pandemic and how now artists are getting used to it and inviting maybe not so large crowds at the moment?
For us, it was kind of difficult, especially for the first 7 months, because we were not able to travel, and it was difficult because most of the time we make money off of live shows, but that opened a new avenue for us to express ourselves, and we came up with a concept for teenagers, a live show for teenagers, which is premiering in Oslo on the 9th. So that's a good thing, and that's been able to keep us afloat. Matters touring, we kind of already are, in some way, because we were in Lamu. We played 2 shows in Lamu over New Year's on the 31st and on the 2nd, and then we went to play at Alchemist. It's just unfortunate and fortunate as well that we have to travel back to Oslo and play this show. But definitely when things open up, we have to travel and, you know, get our fans to dance to the music live, and I'm sure they've missed us.
Yeah, of course, they definitely miss you. And let's talk about the electro scene in Europe, because I know Bunt is 100% that y'all are the mother of electronic music, and you bring mammoths of crowds in one space. I'm talking about tens of thousands of people, if not millions, and it's changed during the corona pandemic period. But just talk to me about how people are adjusting with that.
Yeah, it's tough, right? It's like it's different. The regulations in all of Europe, it's quite different. But in Norway, they have been very strict, and a lot of the restrictions are not good for danceable music, because you have to like be seated at your seat, and you can't dance, and you have to wear a mask, and yeah. Even like now, for the last 4 weeks, we haven't even been able to buy a beer at the restaurant or a bar. But that actually opened yesterday. So by the time we get back to Norway, at least people will be able to dance in their seats when we play in, because we're doing one show in Bergen and one in Oslo for the release of TP.
Okay, I'm gonna play a game with you guys just to get to know you a little bit more. Let's see. So I'm gonna ask questions and point to the screen if you feel like the other person does that more than you, and point to yourself if you feel like you do it more than the other person. Okay, Barnt, are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, fine. Who is the most impatient between Labdi and Barnt? Okay.
Always. That's crazy.
Okay. Okay. Who is the most creative? Who comes up with creative ideas like instantly?
Both, I think.
Okay, both. That's really nice. Who in between the two of you is married?
To the game.
To the game. You can point yourself. To the game, married. Okay, fine. Do you enjoy movies? Who enjoys movies more? Maybe you wouldn't know that, but then, okay, movies more. Okay, who enjoys music more?
Both.
Okay. When it comes to culture, when the two of you are trying to get to know each other, there's the exchange of culture. Who was most shocked about the other person's culture? Why?
And me also.
Well, what was so interesting? But did you get to see something interesting in Kenya and you were like, it doesn't happen in Norway, but you found it in Kenya?
Yes, of course. But maybe I pointed at Labdi because I think I had already been coming to Kenya for like 5 or 6 years before I met Labdi. So I was adjusted to the place. But I think for Labdi, coming to Oslo wintertime was maybe the harshest shock.
That's true.
That we had so far.
So, Labdi, what about Bant's culture do you find interesting?
Everything. Like the first time I saw snow was like on a plane, and I remember pointing and asking, is that snow? Is that snow? Oh my God. And then the next time we're coming back from another city, he ran out of the train to get me snow, and he was like, it's not like Ugali. It's
Here
crazy.
Is your snow.
Yeah.
So, Bant, you got to learn that our snow is Ugali, right?
You have to use your hands. That's the only similarity, and it's white. But yeah.
Okay. In between the two of you, that is Bant and Labdi, who is politically inclined? Like they have interest in politics.
I don't know. Maybe you.
Bant, are you interested in politics?
Maybe me. I am. Yes, I am. It's interesting. We don't discuss politics that much specifically. So it's one of the few things I don't know about Labdi.
We just complain.
Okay, you just compliment each other.
Complain actually
Oh,
about
complain.
our governments, yeah.
Okay, who is money-minded? Who is more money-minded between... Labdi is like...
That is me. I'm always talking about money.
You're always talking about money.
Yes.
And does that bother you, Bant, that she talks about money a lot, or that excites you even more?
No. I think like we are very money cautious, both of us. So yeah. So we're quite similar in that way. She just likes to talk about it more.
And I think that's important, right? Well, that's all the time we had for you. I think people should get a taste of Luangni Hotel, but how do we find you, Bant, on social media? And of course, how do we find Labdi? As we finish, Bant, I'd like your finishing remarks, and then tell us your social media platforms and how we can find you.
Yeah, so you can find us on, our handle is Unganisha Music, and we are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, and recently we have also developed into TikTok. So we're trying to be our quirky, weird selves on TikTok and have fun.
What would be your final words to the Kenyan audience?
Just go to YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, and check out our music. I think you like it if you hear it. And then once I come back and we do live shows, of course you should show up to our live shows and dance and have fun. And it's never that serious.
Asante. Labdi, real quick.
Have a good time. Follow us on social media and enjoy yourselves.
Apo sawa. Make sure that you get to grab their album coming out this month. It's an EP, sorry, not an album. EP. It has 5 songs. She's told us, and it's going to be super amazing. My blessing to you, Unganisha, is that you can connect the rest of the world through music. As we go on a short commercial break, remember we have hot topics, and it's going to be really hot. So keep it #KTN Morning Prime. See you out.